Hi everybody, this is Boogast Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the brand new Marvel Legends Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 Groot figure. So before we take a look at Groot, let's go ahead and take a look at the accessories that he comes with. So first up, Groot comes with this baby rocket, a very adorable accessory. It's got some really good sculpt to it, but the paint is a little bit flat. I feel like the white is a little too solid. I think they should have used the print tech to print any collar on him. But still a pretty cool accessory nonetheless. Up next, Groot comes with a set of open hands. Up next, he comes with a set of fisted hands. And finally, Groot comes with these massive wings. This actually looks pretty cool. The green paint on it could have been a little bit better. I feel like the paint on the wings falls a little bit flat. But the sculpt detail is there, and it does look very awesome. It kind of reminds me of when Swamp Thing got wings. This looks pretty cool on Groot. This is definitely different for Groot, but I think it looks really cool. It just pegs into his back, this little backpack right here. There's a hole in his back and it pegs in there, and it stays in very snug. So that's really cool. There you can see some more of that green paint. I feel like they should have used the print tech to print this green on. I think that would have looked better. It would have been more subtle instead of so bright. But yeah, it still looks cool. So now let's go ahead and take a look at Groot's head sculpt. Hasbro did a very nice job on this Groot head sculpt. The paint variation on it looks very nice. Again, I do wish the green would have been printed on. I think that would have made the head sculpt look better. But all of the little wood detailing there, that's actually printed on. None of that is actually sculpted on. So I was surprised by that. That looks very nice. His body also has some very, very nice sculpted detail. The wood grain is sculpted very nicely. I like how you get the little pieces of moss growing on his chest right here. That looks very good. You get some nice dark brown paint variation in between the little plates right here on his body. That looks very good. I was actually surprised at the amount of paint detail that this had on it. That looks very nice. You can see some more of that dark brown paint right here on the forearms. That looks really good. You can see a little sprout right there from his forearm on the left side. Some more very awesome sculpt detail. I'm just blown away by the sculpt detail on this. It looks very nice. I like the way that dark brown paint looks. That looks pretty good too. It's just the green that's a little bit distracting because they chose to paint it on with solid paint instead of printing it on. I think that would have fixed all of the complaints I have with this. That's really minor. You could probably fix that yourself. But that is my complaint with the figure. On the back of the figure, Groot doesn't have any paint variation. It's all on the front of him. I would have preferred some little touches of green or even some of that dark brown paint. But yeah, there's none of that on the back. It's all just on the front. So it would have been cool if they would have at least painted the back. But still, this is a very nice looking figure. He's actually heftier than I thought he'd be too. So now let's go ahead and go over Groot's articulation. He has the old style of joint for the head there. He can look up just that far. The back of the head does hit on the neck right there, so he can't quite look up all the way. He can look down all the way. He has shoulders that can move all the way out. These shoulder pieces are actually attached underneath the joint right there, so they don't hinder the articulation at all, plus they're really soft. He has a single jointed elbow that can bend in that far. Can't really move side to side much. He has swiveled wrists that can move side to side and up and down. A ball jointed diaphragm that can move back all the way. He can crunch forward just a little bit. Can also move side to side, but it's kind of a crunchy joint. He can do a complete split. He can kick forward all the way. I was really afraid he wouldn't be able to because of the way his legs sculpted. But Hasbro included enough clearance that the plastic doesn't get chewed up right there, and that is very awesome. He has a very nice thigh swivel. He has a single jointed knee that can bend back all the way. A swivel at the ankle that can move down all the way, up all the way, and an ankle rocker. So now, let's do some size comparisons. So first up, here he is next to both baby versions of himself, Teen Groot and then Adult Groot. Here he is next to Infinity War Rocket and Love and Thunder Star-Lord. Here he is next to Gamora and Nebula. And finally, here he is next to Drax and Mantis. So overall, I would highly recommend picking this up because Hasbro did a really good job on this. I really like this design for Groot, and I think the sculpt detail on this is pretty nice. I do think it could have had some better paint apps to it, particularly in the green spots, but that's a minor complaint. Other than that, this figure is pretty awesome. So that's my review. If you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.